From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Patterson again. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Hurts. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. At their own 20-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 59 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On 1st down, going back to Patterson. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover, because one more score, and this game's over.
4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. It'll be Hurts on the option. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Trying to run it with Patterson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. He'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And nothing there on the the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Griffin. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line. You know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
Griffin sliding out of the pocket. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's Griffin. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to Patterson. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Patterson. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold him to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2, and the ball will go over on the goal line stand. Here's 1st and 10. Now Griffin back into his end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores, you know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
They'll throw again from their own end zone. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Here's 1st down. Griffin. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
2nd and 10. Once again, Griffin. And that's caught inside the 35. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half. and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close.